I had to start the video over. I posted this on Facebook, and I hope that people don't think it's silly or strange or out of my cotton picking mind. Um, I've been having these entities for 8 years. I know that one of them is Satan. Um, it's been 8 years, and I had a thing happen 2 days ago where they opened the hatch from hell, um, because the angels, and they won't let anyone out because they guard it, and it was for me, and I missed it. I'm really quite upset about that. But what I was talking about was the pigeon that came to my window immediately after. Um, but I'm upset because I did miss that, and it was I was rather upset. And then my husband came walking in a second, like right then, and I was upset at him because he said, "Alicia, come here and look, because there's a pigeon right outside your window." And at first I was angry because I didn't know what he wanted, and I was upset. And when he said there was a pigeon outside my window, I went to the window and I saw it just sitting in the grass, and it was white with a little bit of like grayish brown by its neck. It seemed to be mostly white. And then I opened my window, and then I opened the screen and saw him, and it was looking up at me, and by my window. And it wasn't. I went out. I I got dressed, and I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta hurry before it leaves or something." And I got dressed, and this was right immediately after the hatch. It's a round hatch from hell. The angels had opened this for me. They were waiting for me, but they can't tell me down there. I have to see it and know it for myself. And now Satan's really messing with me about this thing, where now he's starting to, all of a sudden, now he's saying he's not going to give me any knowledge that it's open. And I it's too complicated. So he was telling people to not be noisy or anything, because people get noisy when the hatch is open because they all want out of, obviously. And he told people to be real quiet if it's open. So he started telling people to be quiet and stuff. And he doesn't want me to, he said I have to listen very closely now to figure out if it's open. And so, because he said I may not get any more chances, and I know that, and I'm really worried about it. So then all this took place with the hatch being open and everything. Well, not all of that. The hatch was open, and the other stuff I was explaining after, that he explained after it was open and everything. So I go to the window, there's this bird, I go out, I got dressed, and I was hoping it wouldn't leave. I went outside, because I was just going to go out in my nightgown. And I thought, well, I might be out there a while. So I went and just got dressed anyway and went out there, and was sitting out there, and I started talking to it. I brought it a bowl of water. I washed a bowl, brought a bowl of water out for it, and a little piece of bread. But I went back in for something, and our turn around, and what did I do? I can't remember it. I went back in for something and came back out, and I saw that the bird had moved. Oh, I was talking to the bird. I came back out and was talking to the bird, and it acted like it wanted to walk towards me. And I thought it was from heaven, an angel from heaven, and it was like it was listening to me, and it started to walk right towards me like it wanted to say something to me or something. And I was afraid so bad to touch it. I thought it would just fly away, or it was walking towards me like it wanted me to touch it. And but I was afraid to. And then somehow I went over to look for that piece of bread, and I thought it had eaten the piece of bread, but it didn't. I thought it did because it was gone, but my dog, I saw my dog chewing it up a few seconds later. I think it was the bread. She eats, she finds food, she eats it practically. She's a little porker. But, so, I don't know, I just thought that was a sign, because what I was doing before that, like a day or so before that, and well, off and on, prior to that, like a day, a couple days, I was sending out a message on Facebook to ask people a specific prayer, to ask God to take me back from Satan, and to for someone to specifically ask for Saint George. Someone must have been praying for me because of it. I'm pretty sure I posted that on Facebook, because I'm not really positive, but that's what I know. I posted something about this, to ask God to take me back from Satan, because he did that. And so I don't know. I asked the pigeon to send a message back to God, to ask God to give me a couple more chances, at least. And God's been opening the seal for me a few times, and I missed it. And it's so dreadfully sad, because even Satan told me and Sir John that they don't open the gate seal like that for people very often. And like he said, he's done it for me about 3 or 4 times, because I know that I'm a good person. I know I had a lot to offer God. I wanted to serve God. I always liked, oh, I saw a bug in the window. I always liked serving God. I mean, I wasn't like this total religious person that went around preaching and everything, but I'm a person that if I believe that God puts people in the place where they need to be to get help. And I've always believed that if I can help somebody, and I've had people ask me for money that didn't know me, and I've given them my last bit of money I've had on me. And I mean, I had a job, but if I had some cash on me, I just give it to them. And I mean, I've done it a few times. One lady, I gave her $95, and it was like in I gave her like 70, or then I gave her some more. She's my neighbor, but she passed away. She never paid me back the money. I was a little disappointed. That was a lot of money, but what can you do? So, but that was years ago. She lived in the apartments on the side of my house, where my garden was. And I had a garden, but yes, I did have a garden. It's over there on the other side of the driveway. But I have Satan in my house, and I don't want him here. I don't want Satan in my house. I don't want these ghosts in my house. It's not fun. And anyway, I read about that, and the pigeon. I mean, I've never seen a pigeon around here. I mean, I don't live in Timbuktu. I don't know. I've never seen a pigeon around here, really, that I can recall. I've seen some birds on the building across the street. I think they were... I don't know if I've ever seen a pigeon up there. But I saw some geese on top of the roof before, across the street. geese, because they fly by sometimes in the seasons, whatever. Look at my eyes. They're like, not, they're not, my eyes have never been like this before. It's like one of my eyes is looking down, my other eye is looking straight out. Something's really wrong with my eyes. I've never had this happen to me before. Look at them. This is unusual. My eyes have never looked like this before. Like, because Satan does stuff to me. And Sir John does stuff to me. I've actually curled my teeth. It's curled right now. Let's try it right here. They curl these teeth. They've swelled up my gum. I put something in my mouth down there, but my eye keeps going downward. I'm going to look this way and see if it changes. Because my eyes aren't supposed to do that. My eyes never done that before. Like, look in a different direction. Downward. It was looking like downward. My eyes have never done that before. It's scary. I mean, they've done things to my face here and there. Let me see my nose. He's messed with my nose too. I actually think he made that a little permanent. It feels like he made it a little longer. He used to accuse me of lying. And I don't lie. He kept saying I was lying and stuff. He kept saying she's lying. I think he made it permanently longer. Right here. Just, I don't know. Maybe not. It just feels bigger. Like, oh. No, don't. No. But it feels like it's still big. Like he made it longer. It feels like he's just made it weird. I guess not my normal nose. But, and then, so John tried to lighten the color of my eyes, and, it looked like he actually just darkened them, just since I've been talking, because he knows he messes with my face, and they talk about stuff. I'm not listening to them. If I listen. My other eye looks different right now. This one looks different. I'm putting that over there. I think they were just messing with my eyes, and I think they're trying to make it look different. But he has tried to lighten the color of my eyes, and I did not want him messing with my color of my eyes whatsoever. I've always liked the color of my eyes, and anyway, he was messing with that before, and I didn't like it, what he did. He messed with my nose before, and he was making it like fatter, rounder right here. I'm trying to remember, because it looks like he kind of changed it. But anyway, he messes with stuff, and like he's been popping out my bones in my back. Said he wanted to make me spineless. He just sits up for a camera. I think he might have. I don't know. Might have been the camera itself. But he's been popping my back. Like he said, he's taking my bones out of my back because he wants to make me spineless. And I'm not a spineless person at all. He thinks it's because he's making me spineless because I want God and I don't want to go to hell. That's not spineless at all. But to me, it isn't. And I don't think it is to anybody else, because people have God, and God always walks before you. And it says so in the Bible. God always walks before you. God knows every hair on your head. It says it in the Bible. And God knows your heart's good. Anyway, so I don't know, this dove, I thought was pretty cool, and it just hung around and hung around. And it wasn't wounded. It wasn't wounded. It was just like it wanted to listen to me. And it didn't seem wounded. And then, because it was kind of walking towards me. And then my dog came outside, and I shouldn't have let her out, I suppose. But she barked at it, and it flew across the street. And it stayed across the street right in the top of the house. Like, you know how the house goes, it goes up to a point, like a point, and then it goes down. The dove was right there on the very top of the point, just sitting there on the edge. And it was just sitting there on the point of the house. And, pigeon. It was a pigeon, a white pigeon with a little color on it by its neck. And so I just, and I thought, I don't know, I thought it was so cool because it was white. And I thought, I'm thinking of pure white because of Jesus. And I'm thinking that it was wanting me to get a message to God. Oh God. I just had a terrible thought. I did it again. Oh no. They're trying to make me think a negative thought. Satan's trying to make me think a negative thought about the bird. I don't want to have a negative thought about the bird at all. I want it to be careful that it gets the message back to God or the angels and stuff. So it's precious all the way safely back to where it's got to go. But I don't know. And I was thinking of, God knows, I like imperfections. I don't like something totally perfect. Totally perfect is fine, but God knows that imperfections is what makes someone unique, individualized, their self. And so anyway, I don't know. But I thought about that, and I just keep thinking that it was somehow I supposed to. I said what I wanted to say to the bird mostly. I was happy that it came, and then it waited around a while, and then it left. It didn't. I don't think it drank the water or ate the food. It didn't. It didn't seem exhausted. Like it didn't seem exhausted. Like it was, overflown or, like tired. I thought maybe it was a pregnant female at first. Maybe I thought, maybe she just needed a rest because she was a pregnant female. But I put the water out there, and I don't think it drank any water. But I thought that was so cool. But anyway, I want to pray. I ask you to for the pigeon to have a safe trip back to where it's got to go, for a messenger to God and angels, whoever it's messaging, straight to God, hopefully. And also, there's something else. I think I'd already said it, that I have a few more chances to see the hatch be open, and that that Satan doesn't turn me. That Satan doesn't turn me into anything horrible or possess me. I don't want him to do that because he's seriously talking about those two things, about turning me into something and doing that word I just said. I don't want to repeat it, but I gotta blow my nose. It's all stuffed up. Um, all right. And also, um, if I encounter somebody about this situation, I have a cross. I want to give it to somebody. I don't know. I wanted to give it to my granddaughter, but I don't know. I want to give it to somebody. My granddaughter's, I don't know. I want it blessed. I had blessed it myself. When I had Jesus, I had blessed it myself. I think a priest or someone very holy should bless it. My mother-in-law gave it to me. I really liked my mother-in-law. She was really cool to me. She treated me like her own daughter. At the time, in my life, my mother didn't treat me very well. Over the years, it was very bad. My mother treated me very badly when I was young. But my mother-in-law, this is the cross. Oops. I don't know, it might be silver. It's tarnished. I've wiped it many times. I've washed it and stuff. It's like turquoise. She gave me this. She was just, I don't know why she gave it to me that day. She just said she wanted to, I don't know, she just wanted to get rid of it. She said she was getting rid of it. I don't know why. She was getting rid of a couple of jewelry things she had in a jewelry box. I got from her a couple of little necklaces. She gave me it was a pearl necklace, and one was made out of nuts. They're shiny and polished nuts. They were kind of odd, but I have that, and she gave me this cross. And I really love the cross. I still have I like the jewelry too. I don't really wear it. I mean, it's so pretty. Cross just meant a lot to me. And her name was Thelma Albers. Thelma Albers. And she's been passed away for many years. And I just never had anyone give me a cross. I mean, I've had a cross necklace before, but I really like this one because I don't know. She just gave it to me, and I didn't want to just put it on a fancy chain or nothing. I wanted to see what I put it on there. You guys probably can guess what this is. It's hemp string, natural hemp string. I mean, I'm not a marijuana person. This comes from marijuana plant. But I think it's natural and I like it. That's why I like it. It's not because it's pot. I don't get into smoking pot. My son, well, a lot of people do. Lots of people love marijuana, but I'm not really a marijuana person. I'm kind of an alcohol person sometimes. I used to drink alcohol a lot. But anyway, I really talk a lot. I have another cross. I think she gave me this one. two. This one had a Jesus on it. I think she gave me this one. I'm not sure if she gave me this one too. I don't remember where I got this one for sure. But it had a Jesus, and something made me think about, I can't remember where I read it or heard it. It said that Jesus on the cross kind of seems, well, not always, but kind of seems like a permanent death, you know? I don't know. So it's not a permanent death, but it's not a permanent death. It just, I wanted to think of Jesus off the cross because he had risen and he's alive. You know what I mean? He's risen, you know, the 3-day risen on Easter, and rose to the heavens and help people suffering so that they can be saved by God, so that they don't have to go to eternal death. And I just thought it'd be best if I took the Jesus off. I don't know if that was really the appropriate thing to do, really. But I don't think I wasn't trying to desecrate it or make it evil. I was trying to make it good. Because I figure if Jesus is alive and well, and everybody, and and people that accept him in their hearts, mind, and their soul. And that's what I had done. I know Jesus was with me 100%. I didn't doubt that ever. When I got saved, I don't know, I had the Lord with me. I know it. He was always with me. In my heart, mind, and soul. There's no doubt about it. And he had protected me. And God was always protecting. But I just thought, that's cool, you know? It's still a cross. And I like the cross because, you know, Jesus is alive. And everybody knows that. Well, tons of people, you know, that believe in God know that he's alive. Jesus is too alive. See, I thought he said that Jesus wasn't. That's what I thought. He just said Jesus wasn't, but Jesus is too alive. Jesus is alive in everyone's hearts. Jesus is alive. And he's in our hearts and stuff. But, well, the thing of it is I just wanted to say that. I asked for another chance, and I just hope I get another chance or two, because I really feel like I was important to God so much, and Jesus in heaven and others in heaven, that I'm important to them, and I really feel like they've mourned my loss. And I know that God makes people perfect when they get to heaven. They become perfect in heaven, and God makes them change back to the normal selves and fixes everything. And anyway, I gotta end this video, but it's a lot to post on Facebook, so that's all. And I always used to say God bless to people, but I can't. But people can say that when they're saved and stuff. I just have to get back with God, to get pulled from Satan completely, taken from Satan back to God, to Jesus. And there's a St. George that helped rescue a princess. I don't know how I heard about this. There was a St. George that helped rescue the 300 BC or something, that rescued a princess from a dragon. And this kind of feels like that. I don't know. It sounds silly, but I always felt like I was some kind of princess to God, because I guess I may as well put that in the video too, because I always felt like I was some kind of special person to God. Maybe that's grandiose thinking. I don't think so. But when this all happened to me with Satan, when it happened to me in 2014, I believe that was the year, that I had a vision, and it wasn't a good one. I used to get those too, and I used to have things I was born with that God gave me that I was born with. And if I might be able to get those back too, if God helps me and saves me again. That God might be able to help me have those back again. But I had visions and stuff like that, different kinds of them. They were for different reasons. They were for different reasons, and some of them I didn't always understand. I was supposed to use them for guidance, for God, for good things, not evil things. But I ended up getting on this evil mess that I'm in. But when this happened to me from Satan, I saw a vision, like it just came to me, because it wasn't a thought. There were visions I got, and I was just laying there relaxing, whatever, trying to rest, sleep, whatever. I think it was more like upset at the time, but it was like a princess or something. She had a crown on her head. I thought it was somebody else at first, but it felt like it was supposed to be me. And she was in some like square pool. It was like square pool, and it looked kind of weird. And it was like I was spinning around in a water, like getting flushed down, and she had a crown on. It felt like it was supposed to be me, but at the same time, it felt like it was someone else with a crown, because I didn't know what that meant, and I don't know, but it felt like it was supposed to be me. It was strange, like a dream, like a dream or something. Anyway, that's what happened. When all this happened, and it felt dreadful. It felt dreadful, and I don't know, but I want to come back up if that's me. And I want to be with God. I needed to be with God. I was supposed to go to heaven. My marriage has been very, 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 very bad because of this stuff that has happened. And I don't know why it's turned very, very bad with my husband, and I just hope it doesn't get worse. I know my husband loves me, and I love him too, but it's very, very and negative, unnerving. I mean, I was ready to just want to leave him last night. I mean, really thinking of leaving him, because I keep asking him for specific help stuff. I try to explain to him what I need him to help me with, and he just doesn't do it. But he did it last night, but he didn't quite do it right because we were fighting when he did it. So I was asking him to claim me as his wife from these entities, and it's just, I've been asking him over and over, and he doesn't. It's hard to explain. He doesn't understand this stuff. He doesn't understand how it's working. Anyway, I've said so much stuff that I hope I don't sound like a nutcase or a goofball. I mean, I don't think I do sound like that at all. I don't think I sound like that. I guess that's it. And they are over here. You could hear them. If you have good ears for the paranormal, you could hear them. I got a video. I got lots of videos, actually. Pictures of... I got a picture of Satan. Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that, but... He's always kept himself in shadows, and he never really wanted anyone to take his picture. He thinks that I might be the only one that has his picture. He told me that. I got Sir John's picture. I think I'm the only one that has a picture of Sir John. 2. I have his face picture and a photograph. And I backed it up on Google on my phone. I hope it stays backed up, because last time I lost a bunch of pictures of my other phone. It really sucks. But I managed to get a picture of Satan. And it's probably not the picture you would think. He was laying next to me in my bed. He was happy then, in the beginning of this. Actually looked like he had a smile on his face. I think he just wants to be happy. Everybody does. You know. It's really to a point now where it's escalated, but I know that they both care about me. It sounds crazy, but I mean, they both care about me. They don't like to kind of admit that sometimes but I mean they admit it to themselves, but I don't think that's hard to admit, really, that they like somebody. Believe it or not, there's good quality things to like about you. You wouldn't think it, but I never thought I would ever like anything about Satan, but well, it's very strange how life goes. But there's a lot I don't like too. A lot. But now it's to a point where it's not good at all. I don't like a lot of things. I don't like what he's doing to me. But anyway, at this point anyway. So anyway, alright, I guess I'll end this video. And I hope that everybody stays well. And I used to pray for so many things. I wish I could pray. But I shouldn't say I don't have God. I always say that. I want to have God back in me completely and get all the entities and ghosts and demons out of this house. Clean this whole house. I mean, and clean it physically, yes, the floors and everything. But I mean, like, clean it of spirits and demons, and they all go away. That's all I can talk about. I gotta go. My son's just sent me a text. So, and all right, bye.